Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, do you believe in miracles? Because the 1973 podcast does. It's USA hockey, men's and women's. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal time to be a hockey fan in the US. So before we get into that, let's deep dive into this one. We're missing some players. We're missing heavy on the forecheck, Ed. Big number 44. He can play D for you. He can play a heavy game on the wing. Thinks he's Todd Bertuzzi. Not so much.
More Nate
More,
Thompson than Todd Bertuzzi.
more like an Ogie Oglethorpe. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be Ed's gonna miss a good one. Brad's still on Disney hiatus. So let's get right into it, Professor. Wait, big shoes to fill. You're gonna be heavy on the forecheck with the review. Let's go.
Alrighty. Hey there, podcast fans. Are you ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got over 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies that can capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the shows or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality and that timeless style that you all crave. Perfect for lounging at home or making a statement out and about. And don't wait. Our collection is flying off the shelves faster than you could say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone.
All right, Thomas. So one watch. Everybody knows the rules. First time pick. Derek, let everybody know what you picked, why you picked it, and your score.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me pick. It's on the Mount Rushmore for me. It's up there with Slapshot, Dark Knight, Die Hard. It's just one of my all-time favorite movies. Um, I gave it in honor of Jack Hughes, who I think we're going to talk about a little bit. I'm not too sure about that, but I gave it an 8.6 in honor of Jack Hughes. Um, and I got to make this quick because I'm meeting somebody at BJ's on Alvarado at 2 a.m. So, yep, could be Tone Loc, could not. And by the way, Tone Loc's brother was a doppelganger for your football fans. That was Torrey Holt. He looked exactly like Torrey Holt. Every time I watch it, I laugh. But I just remember seeing this trailer back 30 some odd years ago and just being like, oh my God, De Niro and Pacino, and they're in a scene together, and De Niro's the bad guy. Sign me up. And then, I went to see it in the movies probably a couple times. And they were both on top of their craft at that point. And then the cast, again, like a lot of the movies we've been doing lately, just the cast just nail it. De Niro, Pacino, Kilmer, Voight, Hank Azaria, Ted Laverne, Joe Boo, Dennis Hayworth's in it, Henry Rollins, Andy, for you out there. Yep. Danny Trejo. And let me just say, Ashley Judd is painting the corners at 105 with a high spin rate in this movie. Love her in this movie. I can't what I say. It's very long. That's probably one of the deltas for it. Is it's a long movie, but just it's got some great quotes. So Andy, when we talk regular lives, what the fuck is that? Barbecues and ball games. that's that's so great. What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone because there is a dead man on the other end of this fucking line. Just some, but the gold standard for me is Tom Sizemore is tremendous in this movie. His character, Michael Torito, when they're all meeting up after they've been met, a cop by the cops, if you will, and he says, "For me, the action is the juice." And if this movie came out 4 years earlier, that would have been my yearbook quote, 150,000%. What a great line. Um, Pacino really dials it up in this movie. He's really, really like he's coming off of he's coming off of a couple highs for movies. Scent of a Woman, that's what I was thinking of. He's coming off of that. He's just really there's like 70s Pacino, 80s Pacino, and 90s Pacino. He takes it to another level. He's always yelling. Um, and he's phenomenal in this movie. One of the cast members that we didn't talk about, Michael T. Williamson. Here's his 3-film run: Gump as Bubba, Heat, Con Air. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. I wrote down 5 scenes that just mean a ton to me. I mean, I could talk all hour on this, but the opening heist is tremendous. The opening heist, and then Hannah shows up, and he's like, you know, shape charge. Shape charge means they are technically smart, and he just goes on and on and on, and the whole thing gets wrapped up with some homeless guy hearing the name Slick. So you never know how these things come about. Of course, the diner scene. The diner scene is tremendous. You can't. They did it unrehearsed. Pacino thought it should have been unrehearsed because um, they didn't want to have that familiarity between the actors, and it's unbelievable. The getting made scene. That's great when again Pacino. Okay, motherfuckers. You know he dials it up. It's great. You want to know what they're looking at? Us, the police. And then the last one I have is the ending scene. I told you I wasn't going back, and he puts out his hand. Ryan, if you remember a couple months back, who was it? Milton Williams on the Pats got hurt, and Vrabel was on the field holding his hand, and I put it on Facebook. Vrabel must be a big Detective Vincent Hanna fan. So, yeah, again, just one of the great movies. I get it that it's long, it's a little drawn out. That's Michael Mann for you. He's going to tell a story. And my last question for this: you guys remember the Super Bowl '95? Because Val Kilmer's character, he says, "I got burnt in the Super Bowl." You remember who's in the Super Bowl that year?
Was it Green Bay?
Niners versus the Chargers. So what did he have? Money on Stan Humphries? Like somehow dumb. This is right before the cap. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Niners had Dion, Matt Millen. They had every player, and the Chris is the character. He just thought what Stan Humphries was going to come in and just dominate the Niners. So that's my one weird one from the movie, if you will. But thanks for letting me do it. I hope you guys enjoyed rewatching it. And once again, for me, the action is the juice. Thank you. 8-6.
All right, Shaggy, you got to follow that.
Oh man, I feel like Debbie Downer. I'm like so excited about this movie. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. I've been watching this forever. And then as I'm watching it, I realized, oh yeah, I'm having the same feelings I did first time I watched it. I'm all excited for Pacino and De Niro, and I'm like, all right, I'd rather go watch Godfather. Like, yeah, like I literally had to rewatch it because I didn't remember anything from the first time because same feeling, just kind of, all right, yep, going through the scenes. The CGI was horrible. Like, I'm gonna give it like a 6-7. Like I just wasn't a big fan. I like caught myself looking at my phone and stuff. It's so long. I wasn't really paying attention. So yeah, I feel like Debbie Downer. I wasn't a big fan.
Is it an acquired taste? Is that what it is? It's just one of those movies.
I don't know.
That
I
you
think
either hate it or you
in
love
my
it.
mind, I was expecting more. It's De Niro and Pacino. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I was kind of like, I don't know.
All right, I'll jump in now. So this movie for me, when initially I saw it in the theater, fantastic. Just like Derek, loved it. But the gripe for me, even back then, was the ending. I always found the ending was a little bit, not the holding hand thing, and I'm not going. I told you I wasn't going. Back. The chase. It was like, really, you're hiding. You're waiting for him to run across the tarmac, and you're hiding. You couldn't take him out ahead of time. But I guess the whole thing is he
hesitates.
Yeah, he had to go back to get that guy, and when he could have got out. So the psychological side of it is there's so many ways you can look at that. Did he ever really want to get out?
All I am is who I'm chasing. That's what he says to his wife. All I am is who I'm chasing. So that's a great point, Andy.
Yeah, it's tough. So, younger me, you got me with the goalie mask in the beginning, with the original bank heist to pop you in the beginning. You got me. That's the thing I remember in the trailer. That's the thing that got me hooked to it. And of course, the cast. And here we are again talking about those 90s movies, how Pulp Fiction set the bar for a lot of these movies coming out. You were bombarded with these crime noirs and crime dramas, and the casts were always that Miramax kind of cast, and all these that's when Sam Jackson finally got his due after being in Hollywood for 15 years. it's a weird time. It's a good time for movies, but it's a weird transitional time too. So um I found watching this that even though that there are a lot of quotable parts, there was a lot of mumbling in this movie. Val Kilmer was mumbling a lot in this, and I'm like, what's going on here? I don't remember.
That's Super Bowl, man. That
Yeah,
Super Bowl did him in.
yeah, yeah. So did it have that same impact that it had when all this time it's lost something with me? Not a lot, because the cast is mint. I can't add more to what Derek said. Um, it just slipped below an 8 for me because of that ending. I just have an issue with the ending of this movie. So I'm gonna give it a 7.9, little right under the 8, just because I'm steadfast on that ending. Could have been so much better. And I will say, looking back at it with the eye from 2026, that balcony scene when they're on looking at the layout of Hollywood. Oh man, that is
Yeah.
some bad CGI.
Awful.
That,
Awful.
yeah,
Yep.
but of course, in the moment, it stay the art. But now
Yeah.
it's like going back and watching, Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. It's like that that kind of impact for me. So 7.9, and I have Brad's score. Brad said he's taking a knee, he's exhausted, but he did give me a score. Are you ready, Thomas?
Yes.
Don't pull an Ed on me. 7.8. So all around the same thing. You got Derek with the very high and Shaggy with the anchor. So
What makes the world go
I already
around?
kind of know where it's going to come in. So Thomas, you're up.
Yeah. I always try to go a little different because everybody else kind of says everything. We're all going to say the same thing unless you delve really deep into it. So I really liked it. I'm like Derek. And actually, it's funny. I'm going to change my score a little bit, but I had the exact same thing that Derek had, and I
Oh,
the exact same reason for Jack Hughes. But I loved talking about quotes. The quote that really kind of stuck with me was when he said, "Don't let yourself get attached to anything you aren't willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner." I love that
Awesome.
quote. But the funniest thing, looking up in this at this looking things up for this movie, Val Kilmer, I had a couple quick Val Kilmer stories, and one was he originally turned down the role because he had conflict of interest, not conflict of interest, but he was scheduling conflict because he was doing Batman Forever.
Mm.
So they ended up casting Keanu Reeves in his role, and
oh,
then something happened where Val Kilmer, his schedule cleared up, so they brought him in and got rid of Keanu Reeves. And then the second thing is a funny story with Danny Trejo, who's also in the movie, and he's talking about it. And he said that between takes, Val Kilmer came up and was bragging and said, "Oh, I just turned down a $40 million sequel to Batman." And he says, "But I didn't want to do it because I'm too talented to wear a mask." And he said, about 30 seconds after he said that, a production assistant came over and threw a ski mask to Val Kilmer and said, "Hey, here you go, Val." And he said, Val Kilmer just looked down and said, "This fucking sucks."
There you go.
But I really like this movie. I back then I was really into these. I'd probably go to the movies once a week, and this was
Yeah.
the movie I know I saw at the movies, and I just love Al Pacino, and Val Kilmer to me was awesome in this. I'm gonna give it an 8.6.
Hey, I'll break or in honor of Ryan and his Michigan Wolverines and Kyle Connor not playing because he can't play defense. 8-1. There you
for
go.
Phil Kessel or
Ooh, Shatan.
Yeah, Shatan.
all right there, Phantom. You're gonna clean up this mess and you're gonna let everybody know what we'll watch next week, which I think we already know, but go ahead.
Okay. It's funny. When you get to go last, you get to listen to everybody. It's kind of funny how you can take a little bit out of what everybody said. I'm kind of like Andy. I actually haven't. This is like for a movie that I liked as much as I did when it came out. I haven't watched it a lot. I might have only maybe even watched it once, maybe tops 2 times. And correct me if I'm wrong. When Derek said he was going to do it, did Brad say that Brad Pitt was in this movie? Did he? Well, we'll have to go back and watch the tape. Maybe I just heard him wrong, or maybe he said Val Kilmer, and just in my mind I heard Brad Pitt. But
It's the
when he
drugs.
said it in my mind, I was thinking about Brad, and I'm like, Brad Pitt's in this movie. So I got big time problems if we go back and he actually said Val Kilmer.
Were you disappointed he wasn't?
I think he said Sigourney Weaver too.
I don't know what the hell he said. I could swear that he said Brad Pitt with pulling out the gun and he get him all excited or whatever. And so kind of going into it, I'm like, damn, I don't remember Brad Pitt being in this. But anyways, much like Apocalypse Now, in my memories, I have this movie in super high regards. Like I remember really, really, really liking it a lot. Watched it. Maybe it's a little bit of the length. Kind of came away from it. Quite not liking it as much as I remembered it, but still liked it. So I definitely don't want to take away from that. When I watched it, and it was funny that Derek had kind of said the opposite, but when I watched it, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I think Pacino and De Niro should have swapped roles. Like I think Pacino would have made the better bad guy, but I mean that's just me going last, and everybody else has kind of said what they got to say. So I'll just throw some of my random thoughts of it out there.
I think it's a good point, though, Ryan.
It kind of makes me laugh when we watched it back then, as a young men. These guys are like probably when they filmed this were probably our age, and you're watching them run through that airport and be like, yeah, there's no way you're running that long without getting freaking gas.
Yeah. You can clearly see this. That's a great point. You can clearly see the stunt double in the hotel room of Al Pacino's character tackling Henry Rollins.
Absolutely.
That's not happening either.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
Yep.
No way. Yep.
But like, I'm 52. I know what it is like to run. I don't want no part of it.
And in real life, there's no way 5'3" Al Pacino is tackling Henry Rollins.
No.
But end of the day, I'm coming in 7-8. Definitely a fan. It was solid. It was nice to actually get back into it. And like I said, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Okay, so before we move on to your pick, Thomas, Ed Math, what do you got?
7.8.
Oh,
easy enough.
7.8.
So I owe Shaggy a double feature. I picked Collateral.
Oh,
Another Michael Mann movie.
I haven't seen that one
in
forever.
LA. Tremendous movie, so that would be good.
Yeah.
And then I know Tom's got a daughter. Andy, you've got a daughter. I don't know, Shaggy, yours, but
Yep.
a little advice: if your daughter's dating a guy that doesn't have any furniture, you got to get her out of that situation right away.
And also on top of it, nobody mentioned the young Natalie Portman at the time.
Second movie ever after The Professional. Good call, Andy.
Yep. In a very weird role, like
Yes.
very it just there's certain things about the movie weird, just not weird, like creepy weird, just like it was like a hodgepodge of a bunch of stories kind of melted together. But of course, crime noir, typical 90s
That's
stuff.
Michael Mann.
Yep.
That's Michael Mann. You go back, Manhunter, this Collateral. That's what he does. It's a little drawn out, but can't wait for the second one. It's coming.
I don't mind the length of the movies as much as some of these bananas do, but it didn't turn me off the time. Like, because
I don't think it's so much with me. It's still like the timeline. I think it's more the pace of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
that's
so
what
too.
it was too. Like, just kind of felt like it just dragged out.
Yeah.
Certain parts. There's certain parts that you want the whole film. I do, but there's just certain things that's like why do it like that when you're looking at it after you've processed it a couple times. It's just
That was something too. It's like when we pick these movies that are like high end classics. Some of them somebody throws out a title and I already know that everybody in the room is going to be like, oh yes, this is going to be a good movie. I like to kind of critique it a little bit more than what I would if it was like a first watch.
Oh yeah. So Phantom, pick for one watch. Everybody knows the rules. Homework for the week.
Eyes wide shut.
I was saying that when we were back and forth last week with what we were going to watch, and I was hoping that you would stick with it just because of the theme of what is going on with the current state of stuff. That maybe even though Brad's not with us this week, I might just bring up something for the tinfoil hat, just to ponder, so we can hear what everybody has to say. The if there's any pink hats in the crowd.
Now, Ryan, do we all have to wear masks when we come back on for the pod?
Well, if you got something to hide.
This is true. This is true. Like, we're gonna next week when we do it, we're gonna put the little dirty deeds eye slits over the black.
Yeah.
Just
If,
Everybody's wearing
uh,
hockey masks.
yeah.
If the clothes are coming off, I might throw on a mask. Then after the pod, I'll tell everybody I was Ed.
Oh, so Thomas, are you ready? Are you ready? Are we going into wrestling for a quick minute or what?
I only had one thing to add for wrestling, and that was Matt Riddle was on a podcast this week, and we always talk about we hate when leaks come out and spoilers come out. Well, he was telling a story, and he kind of let everyone know who one of the leaks is. He said that he was, when everything was going on with him and Brock Lesnar, I guess there was something backstage, and Brock Lesnar told him, "I'm never going to work with you, so get my name out of your mouth." And I guess Matt Riddle, after he got through with the whole thing, went over and talked to Kevin Owens, and he said, it's either Kevin Owens or Brock Lesnar. He says, Brock Lesnar, is not going to talk. So he's saying it's Kevin Owens is one of the leaks.
Interesting.
I could see that he does a lot with less.
Yeah. So, Phantom, anything you want to add quick to
No, I mean we saw the MJF kind of going indie. Thought that was pretty good. Keep waiting for Fatu to show me. Not Fatu. That's his name. Maga's kid.
Zilla. Zilla.
I keep waiting for him to show up on the scene somewhere, and they keep teasing it. So I don't know if that's like a gateway for him to head to AEW. But I thought that was pretty good. And I guess kind of a little bit of talk of town is like, who's inside this box? As far as getting a little bit of drama, could be something cool. They'll probably blow it in. If it's not an epic, then what's the point? But what do you got, Tom? Tom, he likes to dabble.
No, nothing about that. It was just something else I don't know if you guys talked about last week. I'll wait till you're done.
I guess I mean we could probably hold on to see all the hints, and we'll end up having to have our big reveal of who we think, who it is, who it should be, who it should have been. And then the last thing I saw was they released some like video cam, like police cam footage of McMahon getting into an accident on the highway.
Yeah,
I guess he was driving like a $120 or something.
$150. Yeah,
somebody.
Yeah. Did you see that?
That was pretty good too. I mean, it was pretty standard. I guess he still kind of got arrested and has to make a court appearance, but I was kind of waiting for him to go full Vinnie Mac and give him the old you know who I am, but he kind of played it pretty cool, I guess you could say, as far as that goes.
Did you see Janelle Grant made an appearance in court too?
Oh yes, I did. Well, actually, was it in court or was she doing like a victim's speech or whatever, like an open mic thing?
I don't know. I saw the clip and I didn't know what she was there. I thought she was giving a testimony on whatever, but
yeah, I think she was like an advocate for like harassment at work or like speaking to a crowd about it. So I'm sure she's it's interesting that it still hasn't come all the way around yet. I saw a thing that McMahon's actually trying to group up with some Saudi investors to rebuy back WWE from TKO.
Oh wow!
So that wouldn't that be something? Maybe McMahon should be in the box.
Imagine that.
It'd be good.
He's been in a few boxes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The higher power. Thomas,
did you guys talk last week about the ticket sales, Andy, of WrestleMania?
Oh, I did see some on that, Tom. Go ahead.
Ticket sales are so bad right now for the 2 days that they're like almost 50% less than they were at this time last year for last year's things. I think they've only sold 37,000 seats for both nights, and they're so bad, and they're blaming it on creative that right now the only match that's set in stone is Roman Reigns and CM Punk. They're throwing everything else in a blender and not starting over, but they're trying to they're right now they're grasping at straws. They tried to do a deal last week for like 25% off ticket sales or something, and it's not looking good right now.
Did you go ahead, Andy? I won't cut you off.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut Tom off either, because when are they going to realize that it's built on, it's a family built entertainment style of you can't outprice the families. The families are the ones that go. They're the ones that buy that merch. That age demographic from like 25 to 40, whether you're that younger guy that's got his first job that's spending money on their collectibles or whatever, or going to stuff with your buddies, or you're a younger family, how can you go to that? That's what I don't understand. How can you fly to Vegas and spend 2 nights and go to 2 events? It's like it kills me just to. It's good, Phantom. Tell everybody what wrestling's for the poor. Damn it,
wrestling is for the poor. Don't ever forget it. Did you see what the remedy is? They're stealing a page from Old Man Wirtz from the Blackhawks, and what he's going to do, or old school Patriot Sullivan style,
no TV.
What they're going to do is they're going to black out the rights to these watch parties. So, say the event's in Vegas or it's in Chicago, they always have the watch parties in town, or like where you could go somewhere and wow. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings and closed circuit TV style almost. They're not going to allow the rights to go out if they don't sell all the tickets, to try to force the hand of the true fan. That, I mean, if it's that expensive, then you probably just can't do it. But I think it's kind of bush league to kind of, if you got get-togethers and people are watching wrestling, how can it really hurt your product?
Right. What about the initial pay-per-view thing where you get a bunch of people together and everybody kicks in a whatever, a 5 or a 10, and you get pizza and you watch it?
I mean, you look back at growing up. Hopefully, I mean, I don't think Patel's listening. I know he was in the USA locker room tonight, so I probably got a free pass to say this one. Of all the years that we were watching wrestling, how many pay-per-views did you actually freaking dig down into the pocket and freaking throw down the freaking $49?
Right.
So, I mean, it's been over the whole. They made $1 billion industry out of making money off of freaking advertisements and pay-per-views, where I would say 75% of the people actually never really have paid for a pay-per-view.
It's crazy.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yep. Tom, you want to add anything before?
No, I'm good.
All right. So what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about shitty picks and one major thing. Go ahead, Thomas.
Tom Shitty Picks is brought to you by Elite Hockey Company. At Elite Hockey, it's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top-tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full-time support, Elite Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just the brand, it's a community. A place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast, check out elitehockey.com today and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you. So my shitty pick this week, I'm picking Team USA to win the gold medal. No.
Which one?
This is a slow week for hockey for picking a game, so I'm actually going to go college basketball. I'm going to go, I think it's Thursday. Arizona's playing Kansas in a rematch, both top 10 teams. I'm going to go with Arizona. They're playing at home. Arizona is actually my pick to be the champion at the end of March Madness. I think it's a revenge game. Kansas gave Arizona their first loss of the year, so I think that's a revenge game. I'm going with Arizona.
All right, so you know what we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about the men's and the women's USA F1. Yeah. But speaking of wrestling being for the poor, let's talk about NBC being for the poor. Shaggy, I want you to explain to the crew why you didn't watch, and because NBC in your house is a no-go. No bueno.
NBC in my house is a no-go. I download this, streaming service, and I guess they have a little tiff with NBC, so it's not my battle, but I'm missing out on watching Super Bowls. I'm missing out on all the Olympics. So the only way I really got to follow the game was listen to you guys chat it up on the text. That's why I didn't get involved. Like, I'll just pay attention this way. So yeah, it just drives me nuts that key channels that used to be free, I can't get because some company's having a fight. So the rest of us got, it's not my fight. I don't know why I'm not boycotting it. I don't know why I can't watch it.
Right. And the initial thing, like talking about the wrestling, is channel 6, channel 10, channel 12 should be available for everybody to watch. That's why initially the Olympics were on
Right.
channels like that, so that your grandmother that didn't have cable could watch it.
Exactly.
Right. So it's not that you weren't interested, it's because
Right.
NBC, a free channel, was not available to you.
Right. And I came and get, it's this thing like, oh, look at Peacock. Maybe I get a free preview. Oh, no, no, no. You just pay right off the bat. Like, no, I'm not paying this for 2 weeks of my life.
So great point, Shaggy.
Thank you.
Now that you didn't watch, just sit there and let us talk about this shit like you never watched it. Derek, I know you were saying before we came on that there was stuff that you wanted to add during text messages, but you feel like a good podcaster, you wanted to hold on for the show. So
Yeah.
you have the floor, sir.
You gave me the Ricky Henderson leadoff spot here. Thank you. Speaking of thank yous, I think we all owe Radko Gudas a big thank you. I don't like the guy. I've never liked his game. He's dirty, but he's the one who hit Crosby. Okay. And if Crosby's playing, Ryan, Nick Suzuki lost 6 of 7 faceoffs in Crosby's spot on that line with, I think, Mark Stone. And the 5-on-3 they score with Crosby. Why? Because he's Crosby. I'm not saying he scores the goal, but he's the guy. He's one of those guys that wants the puck on his stick when it matters. 97 clearly is not. And so I think we all owe a big 1973 podcast salute to Radko Gudas.
We're going into this thing yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, if Crosby plays, it's like I could just see the script. It's like somehow, some way, he's going to make the difference. He's going to be playing on one leg. He's not going to play the whole game, and he's going to just play in the third period, or something like that was going to happen. So I got to say, I took a deep breath when they said he wasn't going to play. I was like, I'll take that.
Thank you. Yes. The next thing I had was as a card-carrying member of the goalie dad union, like Ryan, the narrative of, although the better team didn't win, the goalie stole the game. Assholes, the goalie's part of the game, part of the team. So Hellebuck was amazing. I think we can cease and desist with all the Hellebuck hate. Obviously, the Jets probably aren't going to make the playoffs. They're a lottery team, but he cemented himself. Now he's got the 3 Veznas. He's got that. We could be talking about a plaque in Toronto someday. I don't think in 2030 he'll be playing in France, but he's 30. What's he? 33 now, 34. So, but he played lights out today, man. Got to give it to him.
Do you guys think if Binner had won that game, he gets into the Hall of Fame off the 4 Nations, the St. Louis win, and this just off of that alone?
I don't know.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
That would have pumped up the resume something fierce.
Yeah, as a Bruins fan who went to some dark places in 2019, we finally beat Bennington, and it's a great feeling. Let's see, the paddle save by Hellebuck. Our children are going to be telling their children about that. That's just legends. That unbelievable. Nobody likes to bash Chris Drury and the Rangers more than me. They're a pathetic organization run by a pathetic owner. But Trocheck and Miller played their asses off. I'm going to say right now, Miller had some key block shots, and those 2 guys are a big reason why they went 18 for 18 on a penalty kill. They played their butts off. I'm going to give it to them there. Last thing for me on here, Jack Hughes. Hughes was overwhelmed in the 4 Nations last year to the point where he was a 4th line winger, and we didn't even know if he was going to make this team. And he's been hurt a lot, and he had not only I texted during the Sweden game, I think it was around. When healthy, he's one of the top 10 best offensive players in the game. He showed at this tournament. That was a goal scorer's goal because he could have gone high glove and Bennington had come out to cut down the angle. and he tucked it beautifully 5-hole. And so bravo to Jack Hughes. And one last thing, we've come a long way since those. And I see him on the bench, and it drives me crazy. The 2014 Olympic team that John Tortorella put together, USA Hockey, bravo. We've come a long way from those blue collar guys, and skill freaking wins. That's the bottom line. And so I don't know if you want to talk women's after the men's. Andy, I'd be more than happy to talk about that.
Well, we can ping it around. However, I mean, a couple of things like Hellebuck MVP trophy last year. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yep. Oh, he won the Hart. Yep.
People don't, they don't just give those to goalies. You gotta be special to get that as a goalie. Four all time.
Plant, Hasek, Price,
Theodore,
and now
Theodore.
I think that's it.
Jose Theodore.
Jose Theodore. Thank you. Yep. So 5. Yep.
Yeah.
No Beast fan's going to forget the Habs.
Right. Just so many stories within a story. So, the NHL, I'm gonna bring the Phantom in on this with this theory. So when they started letting the pros go to the Olympics, the NHL was like, "Oh, we got to mimic this." Well, you're never gonna mimic the skill of an Olympic type tournament in the NHL with 40 fucking teams, okay? Because the guys that are on those 40 fucking teams don't play in the Olympics. When you have 8 teams or 10 teams of your best players, like the original 6 or the original 12, and it takes a special person to be in the NHL, then you'll get Olympic style of speed and skill. But when you fill in the back end of every expansion team that you get with AHL and now probably East Coast Hockey League guys, you're never going to get that skill. So NHL, stop trying to be skilled and get back to what made you what you are. The 4th tier sport in the big four. You are the anthrax of the big four of sports. It's crazy because you hear all the stuff about how the NHL is skilled. Yeah. At one time, the NHL was skilled, where you had a Ron Francis and a Mario Lemieux on the same team. Now you're lucky if you have one elite center on a team. And tossing around the elite word is getting kind of old.
Well,
if a player is
expansion
truly
in the
elite,
cap.
they don't spend 1 minute in the AHL. If they're truly elite, when you draft them, like Schaefer, you go right to the NHL. That's elite.
Schaefer should have been there, Ryan. He will be in 4 years.
There's a couple of guys that are questionable but now the dust settles. So watch the thing that was fun to watch is I was at the rink when it happened.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and you have every greatest hockey minds at the rink at that moment. Every special gifted, I wasn't on the coaching staff, they were there. And I just happened to be in the midst of it, and I couldn't do nothing but just absorb because that's all I could do. So when it was all said and done on social media, all the blasts from anybody Canadian was saying that the 3-on-3 sucks. Not if it wouldn't have sucked if you won. That's just how it goes.
And here's the thing with that. When Crosby scored the golden goal, it was 4-on-4.
4-on-4.
Wasn't 5. It wasn't 5. Everybody forgets that they giving that one back, and nobody was bitching back then.
No, that goal is so popular that they have the net and the puck.
Not only that, once it went 3-on-3, that totally favored them.
Oh,
without a doubt,
29,
3 best players in the world on the ice: McKinnon, McDavid, and Makar on the ice.
Yeah.
For 2 different shifts, and they were on the ice when Hughes scored.
Right.
Thank you. I had that. Wierenski out-muscled a very tired McKinnon for that assist. Good point. Yep.
The thing that was killing me is that you go, whatever. I mean, these guys are a little sour. They just lost, so you're not expecting, we lost to the best team, blah blah blah. But you're like a Nate Dogg, like you tell me who the best team was. I'm like, buddy, you missed an empty netter, and you got bounced off the puck for the game-winning apple. Like, shut the fuck up and take your L.
And your stuffed animal.
Oh,
that was the best.
Hey,
McKinnon's going to take his.
We'll get into the girls, but when more so for the women than for the men. But after the game was done, after the U.S. won in OT, I'm like, this is taking forever for them to give out that. Like, can you imagine losing and have to just stay on the ice like for half an hour just waiting? So they give them their silvers. Then when I see them come in with those stuffed animals out in the back of my mind, I'm going, oh my, it must be the sexist in me, maybe. I don't know why I think they were getting stuffed animals because it was the women's. Like, I don't know. Like, dude, when they were giving out those stuffed animals to the guys. and once again, Nate Dogg, I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve, so he is a gamer. But when they
100%.
gave him him, Mashan, and McDavid, when they gave him those teddy bears, the expression on their faces was all time.
Yep.
So I thought was whether you're a pro Kachuk fan or not, I thought the chirping to McDavid was awesome. Yeah, that's something that you say, and you better hope that you win, because that is pretty bold to make a statement like that. Chirping, always a bridesmaid, right? Just fantastic. Tom, you want to jump in at any time?
Well, I didn't see that, but he said the same thing to Draisaitl, so he's got to come up with
that's
original
what it was.
material.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
That I stand corrected. It was the Germany game.
Yep.
You could say that Kachuk, he's a Stanley Cup champ, but he had to go to another team to win it. So, I mean, got to see what happens with Draisaitl. He might go too. What happens if he goes to another team? But Nate McKinnon's going to have nightmares for days, because that open net. I mean, I feel so bad for. I mean, I'm pulling for the U.S. in that game, but I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my god. And I gotta say, Ed Olczyk nailed it in the right before the overtime. They asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, it's going to end within the first 5 minutes." And he's right on the button.
Yeah,
he was great. He was great the whole tournament. He and Albert they were fantastic. Boucher was good too. They nailed it. They were really
awesome. And my wife actually said, "Oh, there's the Rocky shot." Had Jack Hughes with the flag over he's like had the Rocky in the thing. He had blood pouring on the side of his face. She goes, "Oh my god, that's a Rocky Balboa shot right there." Well, that was awesome.
It was still a thing, that'd be the Sports Illustrated cover the next week, right?
Well, not only is he win the gold medal, but he's dating Tate McRae. So the guy's winning on more than one front. So
the secret agent for Team Canada. I think the Hughes no teeth, that's going to supplant your boy Bobby Clark.
Canadians everywhere.
The whole narrative coming off the Four Nations wasn't tough, too small. All the thing that comes with not playing well when you're undersized. The Mitch Marner thing. Yeah, I mean, he popped a game winner too for Canada. He kind of got the same kind of treatment from Toronto, where it's like when that physical style is not your game, but you're thrown into it, and people start doubting you. Then you take a stick in the mouth and lose half your teeth and score the game winner. Maybe the guy's not as big of a pussy as everybody thinks he is.
No.
Did he have a shit game? Yes, but to doubt the character of some of these guys when they lose, it's a fine line. Canada scores that game-winning goal. We're talking right now. We're probably like, freaking Matthews, he should have been the captain. So it's winning and losing goes a long way. And I like to see Helly Buck, where it's like he's been the best goalie in the NHL, probably maybe taking over for Vasilevsky. They kind of battle it out, but he's been solid for the last 5 years, where Winnipeg kind of can never really get over the hump much, and it's like, he's a choker when the playoffs come. So to see him get his flowers, to see Jack Hughes get his flowers, and how about the emergence of Quinn Hughes? The guy's like, I mean, he's been a superstar the whole time, but not have him in that Four Nations and seeing what a difference maker he is when he's there. So it's, I mean, you Canada can talk. We didn't have Crosby, but when we lost to them, we didn't have Quinn Hughes, and the back end usually needs more love than the front.
They didn't have McAvoy either.
Yeah.
McAvoy played his butt off. He was the most physical defenseman, probably the most physical player, period. Yep.
Is that a bedroom philosophy also?
Could be.
Yeah. Back end needs more love than the front end.
You build from the net out. You build from the net out. Did I text the group? It's like the Team USA decor grew up watching a great Swedish defenseman rule the NHL for 20 years, because aside from McAvoy, none of them are really physical, but every play, Canada tried to go backdoor from the corner. The position, their sticks were most of the time were perfect. And when they weren't, Hellebuck was there. And Hughes gave a great interview with Catherine Tappett after the game too. That was tremendous. And yeah, some players want it, some players don't. I think that's what Quinn said in his interview afterwards. And I don't think 97 really wants it because they don't even really get a shot off on that breakaway when you're the best player on the planet.
Well, you figure he had a breakaway. Celebrini, when he had his breakaway, I'm like, here's the coming out party. This guy's popping it. Stoned him.
Yep.
Nate Dogg missing the 5-on-3. So it's like, okay, I'm seeing so much. The better team didn't win. They had their chances. If you're that much better than everybody else, you take advantage of your chances. And they had more than enough chances to win that game. So you let the other team hang around, you're going to end up losing.
Oh, 100%. Andy, I'm going to give you a little wrestling analogy here. Are we in the late 90s attitude era here where the belt is going to keep getting switched back and forth like almost every week? Or are we now have the global supremacy of hockey between the men's and the women's? Is this chapter one, Ryan, Tom? Is this chapter one? In 2 years, we get another World Cup where we get the Russians back finally. Not this handpicked 4 teams. We'll have the whole, and then 2030 go to France for the Olympics again. This could be the first chapter because, again, 46 years.
I want to see the Russians back in, dude. I want to see them in because,
it's funny if they do go back to the 4-nation format. Who's out? Finland or Sweden? I mean, I always think that Sweden's the better team, but the Finns always show.
No,
they always show.
They had a. I text you guys. You watched that team,
and they didn't have Barkov. Talk about Mr. Crosby.
Right. Exactly.
They built that team for whoever. Kudos to whoever built that Finnish team this year because that was a mint squad. I mean, they don't have the horses that the big two do, but it was arguably they deserved the bronze and they got it. So kudos to whoever built that team. I don't know if it was somebody that's NHL affiliated, but is it what's his name that just took over for Buffalo?
Yeah, Yarmo. I was going to ask Brian, is Yarmo?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he might be involved. I haven't really heard his name mentioned, so I don't know if he is actually the one.
Yeah.
They I'll have my little Homer moment when Canada was getting all those chances. Connor Bedard's on the ice. He's potting one of those. So you want to take all the guys that can win faceoffs. You want to take all these grinders that didn't do what you brought them in to do. I think they could have used somebody that could finish.
He'll be there in 4 years on the top line with Celebrini. You can book
that. Get the Russians in there.
And the king of swag, Gavin McKenna. He'll be there too.
The thing that's funny is like, you're Bedard. You're at home. Maybe you're not watching with anybody. You're by yourself. Love of country, I get it. But when you get snubbed, are you watching that game and they lose in overtime? And is there you got the devil on one shoulder going, good enough.
Oh yeah.
You're competitive, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And that would have been Jason Robertson if they you tell me you only scored 1 goal and lost. I mean, I lead all American born players in goals scored, and I'm not even on the team. So yeah.
Finland's GM was Yuri Lehtinen.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
all right.
There you go.
Okay. Good pull, Thomas, while we were talking.
Talk about a super underrated, solid player, man. He, fit that system perfect with Hitchcock, too. He was a great defensive forward.
Yeah. Was only Jokinen big on their coaching staff at one time or on the radar?
No, but he does coach over in Finland now.
Yeah, I can remember seeing him on. I don't know what I was watching, but he definitely had some kind of affiliation with some kind of prospect thing.
He was
maybe it was Aki Petri Berg, former King great.
So, quick thing. Let's talk ladies, and Tom. Maybe you can look while we're talking about the ratings for a 1 p.m. game on a Thursday afternoon while people are working. 3.7 million people watch that gold medal game for the ladies. That's pretty
awesome.
epic. Pretty epic.
You got to think, what did that do for women's hockey?
Oh,
Well, that's a great point. I was just going to say they have to capture this, and they got to do this right with the marketing, because didn't they try to do a women's soccer league after that big, the Brandy
Yep.
Chastain
Yep.
era in '99,
yep,
and it fell flat on its face.
yep.
The PWHL is already established, and they're selling out arenas when they go around the country with these challenge tours. I mean, they went to Detroit's going to have a team next year. There's no
Yep.
question about it. They sold
Yep.
out the LCA. So they have to market these stars. I mean, they've got them. They've got them. And I feel they will. I feel that it's coming. They're going to do a good job. And yeah, that was awesome to watch. The skill level is completely off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for Keller to make that move, to walk the defenseman, crazy.
That poor Canadian defenseman. I'm like, this poor girl just got walked dry. I'm like, she's gonna have to watch this for the rest of her life.
Yep.
The only thing she can hang her hat on is at least she got beat by somebody that's a stud.
Yeah. True stories.
Oh,
But as far as the goalie love for Hellebuck, Aaron Frankel,
unbelievable.
Legit. As far as that tier of women's hockey, hands down, she was the tournament, the fleet, this year's teams in the best team that they've ever had, minus Hillary Knight leaving.
Yeah.
And what can you say about Hillary Knight as an Olympian? If you want to put a face on women's hockey in the U.S. as an ambassador to go around and have these, seminars or how to improve programs or whatever, that's the person you want to turn her into, like the American Gretzky for women's hockey. Going for because she's aging out. She's 36. She already said this is her last Olympics.
Yep.
She's the all-time leading goal scorer for, I think, the U.S. Fantastic.
Well, turn her into like Cassie Campbell.
Yeah.
Cassie Campbell to me is a damn good analyst. She's like one of the OGs from Hockey Night Canada, and they seem to be watered down with all the other ones. But she could probably be a great analyst or studio I'm sure ESPN is chomping at the bit to get her for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. They got to do something, like you said. They're hit it right on the nose. The PWHL is different than anything they've ever tried to do before because they allow the hitting. So now you're starting to see, actual like physical contact, fights. There's been fights. There's been that girl got knocked out from Canada. That the girl from Finland had to apologize. I don't know if you saw the clip. They were interviewing one of the girls from Canada that got knocked out in the PWHL, and the girl from Finland was walking by, and she actually pulled her aside mid-interview. I wish I had the names on me, but pulled her aside mid-interview and apologized to her, and it was kind of like a viral moment because it was so organic. So there's so many really cool things they could do with it going forward, and the thing that they do with the challenge series where they go around, it's just feelers for towns where I'm surprised Detroit doesn't have a team in the last expansion, but I guarantee they will in there.
100%.
Unlike the NHL, they're actually putting them in spots where they can actually have a fan base.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Yep.
I was surprised with how kind of physical the games were.
Oh yeah.
They let them play. I mean, they're not open ice hitting anybody, but along
in the
wall,
Olympics though. But they allow them to hit the
wall.
boards,
They were getting in there.
Yep. So Abby Murphy's never. I'm sure she led her youth hockey team when she played with the boys. I'm sure she was the PIMS leader.
Oh yeah. That's a special kind of player right there.
Yeah,
like
from mile marker 14 in Saskatchewan. When she runs a donut shop.
Yeah,
she's Gilmore Tuttle for sure.
Absolutely. Now owns a Honeydew franchise. Tom, care to add?
Friend of the podcast, Bobby Carpenter's daughter played really well.
Really did.
She played well.
Yeah, it's surprising how I love when they do the backstory. They're very good at being pro wrestling-esque, where they're like, this girl got left off the last Olympic team and she's playing with a hair across her ass. Alex Carpenter was one of them.
Yeah.
She played on already one, and then the next one she got left off, and now she's back again. And unbelievable that Taylor Heisey you gotta put her in high praise. She got left off the last Olympic team.
Yeah.
And then what'd she do? Go back in. She was the best college hockey player, and she was the number one pick in the draft,
Yep.
and goes to the PWHL for Minnesota and wins 2 straight championships with them,
Yep.
2 league MVPs. I mean, what more can you say? How can you?
Yeah.
Easy on the eyes too.
Oh, goodness. Yes. But that's a great point, Andy. That's what made that team so special. Is you've got Hillary Knight at 36, and you've got the girl Dunn was 20. They had this great mix of veteran and youth. And again, it's they're gonna. I mean, they swept them in the challenge series, right? Canada, and you knew this was going to be a tough game. You just knew it after they shut them out in the prelims. But they're going to be good for a long time. Again,
Yeah.
this USA Hockey and the National Team Development Program and the women's program, they're flourishing right now. It's a good time. Good time.
Tom?
Andy, the viewership was 5.3 million viewers, and the peak audience was 7.7 million in overtime. Highest rated women's game ever.
Nice.
Well, that was for the women's game, right?
Yeah.
Did it have the stats for this morning's game?
Hold on. Let me look.
So you're saying 7 million people just for the overtime?
Yep.
Yeah, after everybody got out of work, pretty much.
That's a good
I
point.
think that's
Yeah.
such an L to have that gold medal game at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the
almost
time
every game's
zone,
been
though.
at. I mean, I guess it was
Right.
like 9:30 at night, Italy time of those
Yeah.
games that we were watching at 3. Perfect. Why not have a game at noon time, 11? 'Cause you know, people that aren't hockey people weren't like setting the alarm clock to get up and watch that game at 8 o'clock.
No.
So they
No.
lost out on it. It could be a generational loss not to have kids. There ain't nothing else on. There ain't no football, little bit of hoops. That game should have been on at noontime. It blows me away that that's the case.
Phantom, I have a question while Tom's looking at stats. What is the bigger travesty in your mind? Now think about it. To get dialed in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. That the game was not on at noontime, so more people could watch, or Shaggy couldn't watch it at all.
I'm going noontime because he could have put the antenna on the roof and probably watched it.
Rabbit ears.
Okay, you got no rabbit ears kicking around somewhere. Got no foil. The
Holding a foil, I can't watch
was for the knuckles.
TV.
The foil was for the antennas.
No, I can't watch TV. I gotta go a little to the left.
The ratings aren't coming out until Monday, Andy.
Okay, so we'll talk about it next week real quick. So USA Hockey is in a good place. For the men's, just tweak it a little bit for the fellows next time. Couple guys I think should have been on there, but you won the gold, so who am I? Who am I?
Right.
Who am I? So Tom, we're gonna do a little tinfoil hat for Brad. So take us in while Shaggy gets his rabbit ears to get his aluminum foil ready.
All righty. This episode of the Tinfoil Hat is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Do you want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary custom designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium, personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom, made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Are you ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what you can create. Tell them you heard it on the 1973 podcast.
All right.
Heard it.
You heard it. You heard me.
Heard it.
All right. So no Brad. I got a quick little theory to throw out there. Now, you know, the Epstein list has been hot and heavy. If you're on social media, there's so much stuff. But as we know, all the serious stuff comes with a distraction. I hit the Phantom up with this during the week, and he said 1,000% with his answer. What do you think about Trump saying he's going to disclose all the alien and UFO
Of
documents?
Of course.
What do you think? I gotta have everybody's thoughts on this because you know what I'm gonna say. You know, Shaggy, you didn't get to jump in too much on the USA Hockey.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely like, all right. I mean, like you said, he's, oh, let's work. I'm going to tell you about this now so we can forget about the rest of that stuff. Like, yeah, it's awful. Like, you just, I don't, and it still blows my mind that people are going to buy into it too. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he's going to do this. And it's like, you know, he's just hiding the stuff you really want to find out about. Oh, yeah, no, I just honestly get how people still fall for this stuff.
Too smart to fall for the antics of can't melt a Big Mac with molten lava anymore. Things like that. Phantom, you want the floor on this?
Sure. Is there any truth to the rumor that he's releasing all the facts on the aliens so that he can call in ICE to scoop them all up?
No, those are the illegal aliens.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused. I think I was having a Val Kilmer slash Brad Pitt moment here.
Hey, Illegal Alien, good song from Genesis back in the
Hey,
days.
It's no fun.
Whether you believe, you don't believe, I can't wait for the common man to get a hold of some aliens are real, because you're gonna have people bouncing off the walls. So who I don't know if that brings on end of days is coming. This ain't true. Every time you see a light in the sky, it's gonna be calling 911 because because the green man's coming to get me. It's gonna chaos is how they live. It's how they control. It's how they do their thing. So a little bit of Iran, a little bit of aliens, a little bit of pedophiles. It's all distractions to do whatever they do in the background to become more rich than they already are.
I do think the Epstein stuff though is the first real look that you get of what actually goes on. Like I don't want to say it's like a woke thing, but you know, where you're in that 9 to 5, 40-hour week thing and you're distracted from the norm and the norm is really their norm, you know, and all the stuff that you heard that, you know, like I said before, when we started this tinfoil hat way back, I heard in the 90s, pre-internet, you know, this lore of, oh, this was when Bill Clinton was in office. Oh, there's this millionaires island where all these guys fly on this jet and it's called like Lolita Island and they do all kinds of stuff. Freaking 30 years later, all true. But you were in tinfoil hat back then, but it's all true. And even deeper than that, right? It's not even just like, hey, they're just going there to do what rich people do. No, they're doing more than that. It's like a whole thing. And I was talking to Brad this week. And I don't know if this ties in with this whole thing, but we're afraid to watch this thing that's going around. It's called the Skippy video. If anybody's seen it, I've only heard the audio from it. And it's a video of stuff going on that I can't even explain. I think it's one of those videos that will sky your mind if you saw it as a parent.
Hold up.
Yeah, it's just I could only hear the audio because that's all I could like watch.
I heard the audio too, Andy. That's enough. Yeah.
Derek, do you want to add anything to it? Just for the guys on the panel that haven't.
Tom, do you want to look up the video?
I don't even want
like post it up.
Where's Brad so we can share a screen?
Went down. It's just if it's what I'm thinking, think what you're talking about, then yeah, the audio was more than enough.
Yeah.
And the whole alien thing's going to come back because I think Brad was on this too. The royal family are shape-shifting aliens and they eat people. And so maybe they'll be the first aliens to be recognized.
how about the Brits throwing Prince Andrew to the wolves and say, "Hey, we arrested somebody. What are you guys
Yeah, I
doing?"
know. I love it.
His face when they put him in the back of the paddy wagon, that's meme worthy for the next 50 years. It was great.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a well-deserved pickup. What do you think?
I think that's an easy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You already besmirched the good name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the backup goalie for an expansion year. It's an easy one to let go.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
That's
Mark Fitzpatrick.
That's the Colorado Rockies backup position from 79-80 to Doug Favell.
Dougie, well, you know who it was? Hardy Astrom. And Don
There you
Cherry
go.
could not stand him. Poor Hardy. Yep. Yep.
Tom, the voice of reason, the professor. Come on, you want to jump in? Do
How
some.
long before Prince Andrew hangs himself in jail? That's
Well,
what I want.
Ooh,
Wait.
will we see
Perfect.
video of him in Canada like Maxwell?
Right? Did you see that?
Hey,
Yes.
dude. I mean, I don't like with AI. It's tough because you're watching something. You don't know if what you're watching is BS. But
Right.
that thing was on point. I'm like, what the hell?
Well,
The lady that's in jail doesn't really look like her. They find this random lady with some older dude, and then they show them family pictures, and it's like her brother.
yeah.
Great, that's wild.
It's Pizzagate.
That's wild.
Yeah. Do you know that they took away his moniker as Prince? It's
Yes.
just
Yeah.
No.
it's just
Yeah.
Andrew.
Andrew of something.
Yeah.
Dark side.
Well, the
Yeah.
funny thing, the weird thing is I think they just where they kind of banished him to that wherever that house is. I think they just found a dead body of somebody a couple days ago. Out, I mean, that's a big property he's on. So, but they found a body, so that'd be interesting to see if they dig into that any.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any skeletons kicking around that anybody else whacked, they'll probably throw them all on his side of the fence
yeah.
just to make it
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like it was him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a total write-off right there.
Oh yeah.
Tom, anything else to add for the
I
tinfoil
got
hat?
nothing. I've got nothing.
Phantom?
No, I got nothing. I
It's
don't
not
know.
the same. It's not the same without Brad. Come on. Brad,
Yeah.
Brad brings the heat. You know, he's got the. Can you share the screen? He's got the whole thing he's got it prepped, ready to go. So, Brad,
Yep.
you're missed for this this part of the episode. So
That should be a T-shirt for you guys. Is one of his shared screens just printed on a T-shirt. There you go. Brad's screen.
with 6 different half screens and us in the little captions at the top with the tinfoil hat kind of Ghostbusters thing going through it.
There you go.
All right. So, you know how we usually do these end of the episodes? We'll do some shout outs. So, Shaggy, shout out to the snow.
Yeah.
Anything but the snow. We're not shouting.
Ugh.
I was gonna give my shout out to you guys. You guys are in the heart of the bullshit. So, we're over out here. We're getting a foot. So my shout was going out to you guys and good luck the next couple days.
I'm going to shout out to a shovel. Hopefully it works. Or a
Yeah. Hopefully don't break.
Derek, you got a shout out this week?
Yeah, I'm going with Bill Guerin. Bill Guerin was probably born into hockey from the 80 team. Came up as a feisty bastard on the BC when he played with David Emma. Feisty player. Lou Lamorelle loved him when he was with the Oilers. And he's the kind of guy that you can give him an opinion. He's going to tell you, fuck you. I got my own opinion. And I thought he did a good job with the team. Stuck by his guns a lot with it, if you will. And yeah, let's see if they go out and get a center, Ryan, so that maybe the Wild can move past the first round one of these days. And Bill Guerin, shout out.
Grew up 20 minutes from me in Wilbraham.
That's right. Home of friendlies.
413.
Professor, shout out.
Shout out to the podcast. I just saw in my Facebook memories that 3 years today we posted our first episode.
Yep. This is season 4. We're in year 4 of the podcast. A lot of good stuff. Bringing people close together. That's what I like to say. Apocalypse Now. Phantom, you got to close the show. What do you got?
Oh man.
You had a half an hour build up. You knew
So
something.
so many ways we could go with this one. I'm going to shout out my man, Patrick Kane. I really wish he could have been a part of this team.
100%.
Andy's rocking it. There's probably not a forward, and probably even some of the defensemen on that squad that didn't grow up as Patrick Kane fans as their favorite player. And I think we kind of did him this.
Yep.
He should have been there.
Again,
What's-
like I
If
said,
you got guys that when they're giving out those gold medals with total dry hair, didn't play a minute.
Yeah.
Then why couldn't it have been him?
So we just had.
he could have been the 92 dream team and Larry Bird, 100%. Like I said last week, he should have
Just
been there
don't
just
give
like
me the
Larry.
98 Olympic team. Just don't give me that one.
Yeah. Yeah. In a hotel room with fire extinguishers.
Yep.
Kelly, my man.
So once again, shout out to Team USA, women's and men's. It's for hockey fans. It's a good thing and fun to talk about. And that's why we get together. We chirp on a Saturday, Sunday, Friday, all good stuff. So USA, USA, ha!
Play Freebird on repeat, baby.
There you have it. Play Freebird on repeat. You got 1973 podcast.